Yo, welcome to Johnson Praise TV. This is your digital classroom. Remember, this is where we make our A's. If you really want to pass your exams, your IA, then you need to follow us to be able to get more updates. So make sure you smash that notification bell, tap on the subscribe button, okay, and follow us. Today I am bringing you a surprise, and this is on EDT 101. That's EDT. So this is EDT Pasco review, and I'm going to solve that is 40 questions with you, no, 45 questions with you in this video. In the second video, I'll also solve additional 40 questions with you. If you watch this video to an end, okay, you solve these two videos, I don't think you'll struggle in your IA and your exam. So make sure you recommend this video to your friends too by sharing it with them. And you can also tap on the link. I'll drop a link under the comment section which will direct you to my WhatsApp channel, so you can follow us. And before I begin with the discussion, make sure you share it and subscribe. Okay, I have an interesting packages for your people who want to travel outside. If your brother is interested, it could be your sister, your mother, I have a package for them. That is Canada, Japan, places like Europe, that is Europe, any part, Germany, France and Luxembourg. All these places are part. We also have New Zealand. All we have work affairs also in those countries: New Zealand, Serbia, Albania, and so on and so forth. What are you waiting for? If you really want a trusted agency to take care of your traveling agents, your traveling schedules for you, then you really need to reach out to us. So you can WhatsApp me on 0503 909090, 0503 909090, and we'll take it from there. Thank you very much. And as we progress, so this is, I'm not going to do much explanations with you. All you need to know is the answer. Is that not it? So let's go ahead. So it says that the following are examples of structural unemployment except, okay, so A, we have teachers who are very skilled in online learning. B, Uber against regular taxi drivers in Ghana. So regular taxi drivers can't drive Uber if they don't know how to use the apps and the road maps. C is a lockdown causing tomatoes and grocery sellers to move from physical trade to online trade. And then D says government brings in a policy that sees all manual rating in government offices should be digitalized. And E, those who produce manual bicycle are facing competition from new manufacturers who are now producing electronic bicycles. So when you say structural unemployment, some of you will be wondering what is a structural unemployment. Okay, so when you say structural unemployment, is a type of long-term unemployment that happens when there is mismatch between the skill workers and have the skill employers need. So all we are trying to say is that this is when the jobs are located in different regions and when the jobs are when the jobs are located in different regions than where unemployed people live. So this is it. So when you say structural unemployment, so it says that all the following are examples of structural unemployment except if you say teachers who are very skilled in online learning. Now that people are trying to use the online system, getting to know more about it. If you know how to use the online system, there's no way you'll be unemployed. But people who are the Uber drivers like that, for instance, these Uber drivers, for instance, if they don't know the taxi drivers, they don't know how to use the Uber, they will be unemployed. You get it? People who don't know how to actually, who find it difficult to shift to new system. Yeah, so up to now there are so many people who are still doing traditional marketing by probably using your shops. So if people don't know where your shops is, that's it, you can't sell. And I've been telling people that you don't need to go with this kind of what mentality. Now we are transitioning into the digital era where digital marketing is taking shape, where you can sell online. So even if there's COVID-19 and people are not coming to your shop, or any pandemic, you can still sell online. You make delivery and people come and buy. So these things are very important. So the answer is what? Teachers who are very skilled in online lecturing. This is not structural unemployment, because these people will still work regardless, and you can stay home and you can still teach. Number two, in its technical sense, education is a process by which dash deliberately transmit its accumulated knowledge, skills and values from generation to another. A, individuals. B, children. C, society. D, community. E, continent. So the answer is society. So in its technical sense, education is a process by which society deliberately transmit its what accumulated knowledge, skills and values from what one generation to another. Number three, the main forms of education are the main forms of education are formal, non-formal, and dash. A, preschool. B, basic. C, secondary. D, tertiary. And E, informal. So it is what? It is informal. So we have formal education, non-formal education, and informal education, but we don't have pre, secondary, and tertiary. Right. Number four. Which of the following is a cause of aggregate unemployment? When you talk of aggregate unemployment, you're looking at the overall unemployment, right? The overall unemployment in a specific location or in a specific country. That is what we call the how do you call it? The aggregate unemployment. So the aggregate unemployment refers to the total level of unemployment in an economy at a given time. So it combines all types of unemployment, which includes what? The structural unemployment, the frictional unemployment, the clinical unemployment, and the rest. Okay, it combines all of them together, and also to give an overall picture of how many people who are actively looking for a job are unable to find jobs. So that is what the structural unemployment. So if we say the question says that which of the following is a cause of an aggregate unemployment? A, unrealistic high wage. B, well planned investment by government. C, good management of the economy. D, provision and expansion of job avenues. D, creation of jobs with minimal wages. So the answer is what? Unrealistic high wages. If there is what unrealistic high wages, the ability of the company to employ more people is very lower, so people will be unemployed. So this is what one of the causes of what aggregate unemployment. So it's unrealistic. It's A, unrealistic high wage. Number five, the conservative thought of explanation of cultural transmission of a particular society from one generation to another is dash. A, it is the ability of the schools to change the culture of the people. B, it is not prerogative of the school to change the culture. C, the main function of education is to change the cultural heritage of the group of people from generation to generation. D, they argue to improve society. So they argue to improve society, we must maintain the individuals who lives in it by using school to transmit all the positive elements of culture to the individual. And E, culture must be dynamic. So the answer here is what? The answer here is B, which is what? It is not prerogative of the school to change the culture. So the conservative thought of explaining the cultural transmission of a particular society from one generation to another is that it is not prerogative of the school to change the culture. So number 6 says that which of the following is a subsystem of formal education? A, TLMs. B, textbooks. C, exercise book. And D, curriculum. So the answer is what? Curriculum. So the answer is D, curriculum. Number 7, which of the following is not an example of non-formal education? A, motivational and youth empowerment seminars. B, apprenticeship. C, on-job training. And then D, we have conferences, and E, remedial classes. So which of them is not an example of what? Non-formal education. Remedial classes is a formal education, right? We don't do remedials for the apprentice, the other people, but so when you say remedial is a formal education, non-formal and not non-formal education. So the answer is E. Number 8, which of the following is not a feature of non-formal education? A, the entry point required minimum qualification. B, may be formally or loosely organized, occurs what in flexible settings. C, instruction is seldom graded and what sequential. Then we have D. D says that it is less costly than formal education. And E, it occurs at institutions outside school. So the answer is what? What is the answer? The answer is A, which is what? The entry point required a minimum qualification. It's not a feature of non-formal education. So non-formal education, you don't require any what? Minimum qualification before you what? You join or you get enrolled in. So it is what? That is it. Number 8, what shapes an individual's aim of education? Include needs, problems, values, and values, value system, and dash. So what shapes an individual's aim of education include needs, problems, value systems, and A, personal interest. B, basic needs. C, desire to work. D, worldview, and E, daily expenses. The answer is what? Worldview. So what shapes the individual's aim of education include needs, problems, value systems, and worldview. When say your worldview, how you perceive things. If you're an account, you believe that there's ghost exists. Is that not it? So that is your world with view. You believe that one day we will all be judged, and so whatever you do, whether good or bad, God will judge you. That is your worldview. So some people don't believe in judgment, who don't believe in ghosts. That is also their worldview. So when you say worldview, that is it. So I've given you an apport, and so should, if in case you don't know anything about worldview, so I've given you. Those doing sociology, you will learn this thing. I think probably in level 200. Number 10. The broad aims of education include all the following except A, physical development, B, mental development, C, emotional development, D, financial development, and E, social development. The answer is what? Financial development. The broad aim of education include the following. It doesn't include what? Financial development. Number 11. Which of the following feature of informal education? So the following are features of informal education except A, structured, B, spontaneous, C, experimental, and then D, we have what? Touching, and E, socially led. So the answer is what? Touching. It is what? The following are features of what? Informal education except touching. Touching is not part. Number 12. Education can be used to achieve moral development through A, teaching students to know what is right and wrong. B, enforcing positive and inconsistent discipline. C, use rewards as incentive that cannot be what? That cannot be used in moral training. And then we have D, use what? Use persuasions to exclude students in certain rules. And then E, we have organized remedial classes on topical issues. The answer is what? Teaching students to know what is right and wrong. So it's 12. The 12 is what? Number 12 is E. 13. Which of the following define education as the process of training man to fulfill his aim by what? By fully exercising all the faculties as a member of society. A, Aristotle. B, Dewey. C, Socrates. D, we have what? Witania. So the answer is Aristotle. Number 14. Bloom's taxonomy is an educational objective So Bloom's taxonomy of educational objective focuses on the cognitive, affective, and dash. A, head, B, B, heart, C, hand, and then D, psychometer. The answer is psychometer. Psychometer. Number 15. Which of the following is not a characteristic of developing nation like Ghana? A, economic mismanagement. B, political stability. C, good administrative and legislative instruments. And then D, shortage of food and manufactured product. And then E, low level of sanitation and health. So the answer is good administrative and legislative what instrument. So the answer is C. So that is it, and we proceed. Number 16. Sociology deals with the process of education under dash broad categories. That is four broad categories. Number 17. The micro level of society include the interaction between individual and dash. So A, societies. B, communities. C, small groups. D, cities. And E, towns. The answer is small groups. So the micro level of society includes the interaction between the individual and the small group. Number 18. And a group of people living together and interacting with one another and share similar culture are said to constitute A, community. B, towns. C, village. D, society. And E, city. So the answer is what? Society. So a group of people living together and interacting with one another and share similar culture are said to constitute a society. Number 19. A group of people living in the same place or having common interests, likeness, and characteristics are referred to as what? A, community. B, town. C, village. D, society. And then E, city. The answer is what? A community. So a group of people living in the same place having common interests, likeness, and characteristics is referred to as community. Number 20. A community is a collection of what? Dash. A, societies. B, families. C, cities. D, towns. E, planet. The answer is what? A collection of families. So the answer is B. Number 21. Feudalism was a form of education based on A, passion of vassals. B, strict hierarchical system. C, place of land known as what? Fiefdoms. D, ownership of lands. And then E, territorial regime. So the answer is what? Ownership of land. So fidelity is a form of what? Society based on ownership of land. Like I stated, if you have a brother or a sister who wants to travel outside Canada, Europe, any place, let the person reach out to me on 050-0503-909090. God bless you. Let's proceed. Number 22. Each of the following should be an integral part of developing a curriculum of study for schools except A, games and sports. B, club activities. D, menus for students. C, menus for students. D, subject content. And E, field trips. So the answer is what? Menu for students. So all the following should be integral part of developing curriculum for students except menu for students. Then you see content is part, subject content, club activities, games and sports. So that is it. So field trips are also part. Let's look at number 23. The sociological paradigm that likens the society to human body with different parts performing unique roles and working together is referred to as A, structural functionalist. B, symbolic interactionist. And then C, conflict. So the answer is what? Structural functionalist. Number 24. In sociological paradigm, a Dutch argued that education contributes two kinds of functions to society: A, manifest and latent. So which of them is making this argument? Which sociological paradigm makes this kind of argument? A, symbolic interactionist. B, conflict. C, structural functionalist. So the answer is structural functionalist. Number 25. The process of socializing the process of socialization of a person begins with the moment of A, formal education, B, birth, C, death, E, family education, and D, family education, and E, informal education. So the answer is what? The answer becomes birth. So the process of socialization of a child begins with the moment of what? Birth. Number 26. The family is an agent of socialization, performs the following function except A. Family teaches values, customs, norms, and beliefs, which is true. Family provides love and affection, true. Family teaches morals, which is right. Something which is right and wrong is true. Family also teaches dress code, that is also true. But let's look at D. D says family teaches career choices, that is also not. So the answer is what? The answer is D. Family teaches career choices. Number 27. Understanding the role of education on cultural changes. There are three schools of thought, namely conservativist. The conservatist, right? The conservatists, and then conservatists and propagandist. So which of them are we talking about right now? So in understanding the role of education on cultural changes, there are three schools of thought, namely, so they've given it. So which of them are we talking about? So A, socialist, B, progressivist, C, ideologist, and then E, cognitivist. So the answer is what? The answer is progressivist. Number 28. The following are ways by which culture is transmitted formally and informally through education, except A, pattern of behaviors, B, techniques, skills, and know-how, C, values of society from generation to generation, D, which is what? Every society's culture in peculiar. So every society's culture is peculiar to that society, and E, we have what? The wealth of particular community. The answer is what? The wealth of particular community, which is E. Number 29. The main component of culture are dash and dash. So which is what? A, family and society, B, material and non-material, C, human and animal, D, physical and non-physical, and E, planet and animal. So the main component of culture are material culture and non-material culture. So the answer is B. Number 30. Which of the following is not a non-material component of culture? A, values, B, beliefs, C, festivals, D, expectation, and E, norms. The answer is what? Festivals, which is what? C. Which of the following is not a non-material culture? The answer is what? Festival. Number 31. The following as an agent of socialization perform the following functions, except A, family teaches values. Okay, so I think this one I've already done it. So the answer is what? Family teaches what? Career choices. This has been solved already. 31 has been solved. 32. 32 has been solved already, which is what? Progressivist, right? Progressivist. Number 33. Which of the okay, so that one 33 has also been solved. Which is what? 34 too has been solved. 34 has been solved. 35 has been solved. Okay, so this is 36. Which of the following is not a non-material? Which of the following is not a non-material component of culture? So this is what? A fill-in question. So you should what? You should just type what? Festival. It is a fill-in question in case you come across a question like this. We are talking about festival. 36. Number 37. 37. Education can produce the right quantity of workforce through the following, except A, diversifying education curriculum, B, awarding scholarships, C, increasing enrollment in areas where there is crucial need, D, introducing a new driven course, and E, increasing salaries for lecturers. So this is what? This is the answer. Answer is what? E, increasing salaries for lecturers. Which of the following is not a structural unemployment? So the following are examples of structural unemployment, except A, teachers who are very skilled in online lecturing. Okay, so this one too, we have solved it already. That was the question what? The question 1. So the answer is what? Teachers who are very skilled in online lecturing. So if you didn't watch it from the beginning, make sure you check it. Number 39. 39 too, we solved 39 already. Which of the following is not a cause of aggregate unemployment? That is high unrealistic salaries. And then we have what? Number 40. Which of the following? So the following are what? Social. The following are what? Are social and public benefit of education, except A, production of new products through what? Through research. B, training of all levels of workforce to service the economy. C, making people politically conscious and politically responsible. And then D, we have what? Educated people give their children a chance for better education. And E, training people to invest to make what? Individual profit. So the answer is what? Training people to invest to make individual profit. So the following are what? Social and what? And public benefit of education, except training people to what? To invest and make what? And make individual profit. Number 41. So the two sociological paradigms are viewed as the economic functions of school, and are the functionalists and the what? A, the the psychologists. B, the conflict. C, the conservative. D, the dynamisms. And then E, activists. Activists, right? So activists. So the answer is what? The conflict. So the two sociological paradigms view the two sociological paradigm view the economic function of school. They are the functionalists and the conflict theories, right? The conflict. Number 42. Which of the following is not an agent of political socialization? A, family. B, media. C, PSD, bedrooms. And then E, religion. So the answer is what? Bedrooms. Bedrooms is not an agent of what? Political socialization. Number 43. The school. So the school can be used to promote political socialization through the following, except A, incorporation of political topics and subject into the school curriculum. B, student participating in the games and sports. C, end of semester exams. D, student politics, that's voting to select prefect. And then E, clubs and societies meeting. The answer is what? End of semester exams. So the school can be used to promote political socialization through the following, except end of semester exams. It's not political, right? Number 44. One of the key roles of a teacher in training responsible citizens is helping them to A, make partial to be partial in evaluating government performance. B, committed to political leaders. C, campaign for political parties. D, know the power of their vote so they don't sell their vote for gift. And E, engage in partisan politics. So the answer is what? Know their power so they don't sell their vote for gift. The answer is what? D. Number 45, which is what? The last question. Education can bring about national integration through A, development and distribution of new curriculums. B, insets for teachers. That is INSET for teachers. And also C, boarding school system. And then D, increase the salaries for teachers. And E, regular promotion of teachers to the higher rank. So education can bring what? About national integration through what? Boarding school system. Boarding school, this one can bring national integration where we socialize. So this brings us to the end of the video. We have what? Part 2 will come, but it may not be released soon. So make sure you master these questions well and the answers, and it will help you in your future endeavors. Please make sure you subscribe. If you have not subscribed, share. Most of you that watch the videos don't like subscribing, but it is by way also in other way to you motivating us to do more. So make sure you like, you subscribe and share. And if this video motivates you or probably help you, don't forget to also actually tell your colleagues about this so next time they don't miss it. So please, that is it. And as I told you earlier, if you have a brother, sister who wants to travel outside, we have what? There's a work and pay offer, and there are ones that you also have to pay. There are some you pay something small when you get your visa, and then you pay the rest. So reach out to us on 0503 909090. That's the WhatsApp number only. But if you want to call me, you can call me on 0545 41 20 17. Thank you for your time, and God bless you. See you in the next video.